and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the long-awaited and anticipated return of the Fantasy Fugitives podcast. I am Scott Friends, here along with... Wade, that's where you come in.
Oh, sorry. It's been so long, I forgot what we were doing.
Yeah. Would you like to introduce yourself to the people who
Wade
already
Holmes.
know? This week's episode of Fantasy Fugitives is brought to you by Latin American Corruption for when you need to get out of Cusco.
I love pineapples.
Yeah. All right. As is the usual fare this week, shall we go straight into the sports tautology of the week? This week we're going to baseball because, as you all may know, the World Series happened not too long ago.
Yeah, that's true.
The sports tautology this week is at the hands of Yu Darvish because he found a way to have. He tried to have the exact same start packaged in two completely different ways, but yet still reached the exact same start, which was 1 2/3 innings of dog shit pitching.
Yeah.
So, sucks to suck Dodgers, but they'll be back.
Absolutely, they're a good young team, except for Andre Ethier, who I think might die tomorrow. Maybe Chase Utley too.
All right, what's next?
Okay, so moving on, we're going to go to our next. It's a premiere segment. This segment is brought to us by the Baltimore Police Department, and it's handcuffs. So we're going to be talking about things essential handcuffs. You cannot have these things. It's just like when you have a wide receiver and they go down to an injury, you better have their wide receiver handcuffs. So Scott, why don't you start?
So, all right, this one is a bit out in left field.
Okay.
But, so, this is actually a situation that our own commissioner, Anthony Rizzucci, found himself in not too long ago.
Okay.
When being in a photo shoot for his law firm. They had to take, taking company photos down at his orientation in Los Angeles. Anthony forgets his neckties. Every single one. He doesn't have a single necktie with him, and they're all, of course, in suits going to take photos. So, what do you do as a man in the situation where you don't have any of your usual neckties?
Cry.
Maybe you spilled ketchup on one of them, and they're out of commission. They've got to take a week. They're under dry cleaning protocol.
The O.J. Simpson, there's blood on my necktie.
Exactly. So, handcuff for the necktie, the ascot. Good use. You're not gonna be able to break out every occasion. It's, mostly a high ceiling, low floor flex opportunity. But when you do get it into action, it's gonna have you'll have street cred in the likelihood or in the ballpark of Chris Thompson's fantasy point totals through the first 3 weeks. Like we're talking like 2.7 iFucks per female encountered.
Scott, I see what you did there.
I hate you.
I've been sitting on that joke for 3 weeks.
Really, see, folks, I have to say it. That was one of the most enjoyable conversations I think I've ever had the pleasure of being part of.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone who took part. And Wade, what are you bringing to the table for your handcuff of the week?
Yeah, this is a definitely something that I learned through experience. You get one of these injuries on your team, and then you've got a gaping hole right there in your offense. And what do? If I'd had a handcuff for this problem, I would have been set. So my handcuff is podcast partner. So Scott went down with an injury to South America, and what was I supposed to do? I didn't get a handcuff, and there were so many good options out there on the waiver wire, but as soon as that big player goes down, if your priority is not high enough, which my priority was, my waiver priority is 10 right now, so I couldn't pick up Anthony or Sam or Ed or Justin or Kate or Laura or Bella.
Let me ask you this: who would you have ranked? Had you had the foresight, who would you have ranked as your top handcuff for the podcast part?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. That's gonna be George Clooney.
Okay then.
No. I think if I had to go in our league handcuff, I think I'd like to bring Dom on, get some of those sabermetrics going. It'd be really interesting. I don't know how the time change would affect things. I don't know the Coriolis effect would have some sort of distraction, but I'd like to bring Dom on and see if we could talk about some of those sabermetrics he's working with.
I'm sure if you asked Dom, he would be like, "Oh, you guys do a podcast?" Inform him of all of the nonsense that we're talking to nobody with.
Okay, and that was handcuffs.
Brought to you by the Baltimore Police Department.
There you go. All right, so it's been 3 weeks, Scott, and time is precious, and we can't spend all day talking about the last 3 weeks. So I think why don't we move to a segment we're going to call "Quick Hits" for the past 3 weeks.
All right, quick hit number one. Why all of the injuries seem to be these indirect injury bugs where the quarterbacks of the people that you care about get hurt?
Mm-hmm.
Looking at you, Aaron Rodgers, looking at you, Deshaun Watson, looking at you, Sam Bradford.
Yeah. No, it's a good point. I forgot that you had DeAndre Hopkins. And for me, I had Randall Cobb, who had some amount of value with Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball, and then as soon as Rodgers went down, I was like, well, that's an empty bench spot, I guess.
Yep.
Okay, so my quick hit is going to be, my first one will be, I'm sick and tired of this David and Goliath bullshit. I'm not just talking about in our league,
You mentioned this before. What are you talking about with this David Goliath crap?
No. Why is it that Goliath always has to lose? I think it's total horseshit. Goliath worked really hard to build all those muscles. He had great genes. He drafted really well. And yet everyone cheers when David Johnson breaks his wrist. Or Ezekiel Elliott gets suspended for the 3rd time. Revoked, taken back. Revoked, taken back.
Because everybody likes to watch the Soviet Union fall to pieces, you fascist.
No. I'm sick and tired of this. I want Goliath to win. I want to show that hard work gives you results. And so no, you all should feel terrible because the Goliaths out there in the world,
spoken like a true godless red. All right, moving on. The next thing I want to bring up is I'm gonna give an applause to everyone in the league. We're all trading more. I think that there's let's just say that the fear of the Nick Vota trade rape is long gone from our league, and we all are open to moving pieces around, and I like it.
Yeah, it is nice to see. My next take is going to be. I'm giving this one to Dom, who's now sitting at a respectable 5-3. I guess Dom's sabermetricians have rebounded like AJ Hintzer's reputation. So, way to go, Dom.
Damn. Yep. And then my last thing is, what is justice? Who decides what the fuck are these suspensions? Are they or aren't they? Just make up your mind so that we know.
Yeah, that dovetails with mine, which is thanks for giving me a law degree, NFL. I wanted to play fantasy football, not fantasy, I don't know, something that Anthony knows. So, yeah, due process, right? Without a reasonable doubt. This is bullshit.
Miranda rights and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Well, those were some quick hits, weren't they?
We could have been quicker.
I'll take a shot to that.
That's a quick take. That's a hot take.
That's a real quick take.
There's a take that's involved here.
Today's hot take is sponsoring we have two different sponsors for our hot take today. We've got Fireball and the Devil's Purple Nurple over there.
Slam bakes, man.
All right, Scott, why don't we move on to our Week 9 predictions?
Week 9 technically already underway as the Thursday night games have wrapped up, but we're going to bring it to you as if really it's Wade and I's matchup is the only one that's affected. So we'll just bring them to you anyway.
Yeah, high quality content.
Well, then let's get right off the bat with the matchup of the week, the two 6-2s going at it between you and me. Can I just say, like, Anthony knocked my team in the last league note that I saw him post,
Yeah.
and I just want to say I'm currently leading the league in points scored. I've only had 2 weeks where I was under 100 points, and those weeks were both I think like 88 or 89 points.
Yeah.
So I've been, despite all the nonsense that's gone on with different injuries and people losing their jobs, Ty Montgomery, uh,
Mm-hmm.
consistent. Which obviously is why I'm gonna say I'm gonna win this matchup, despite the fact that Tyrod's already dropped 28. Because you know what, the Seahawks D, the Legion of Boom, I don't buy anymore. I don't buy that stock.
Interesting. Yeah. I think you've got a little bit of what we call in the business the reverse curse. So that 6-2 record is surprising, especially given the injuries that you've had. But you've got a lot of high performers, so good on you, I guess.
Jarek McKinnon has been a lifesaver.
No, Greg Zerline's been a lifesaver.
What?
Greg the Leg has been a lifesaver.
Yes. And I actually don't feel bad that I have two kickers on my roster because Butker,
Yeah, Harrison Butker.
whatever his name is, also seems like he's a pretty good kicker. So I don't know.
Yeah, no, okay. So I'm gonna pick myself. I love that Keenan Allen is on a bye, and
Yeah, you do.
yeah, so I'm gonna go there. Even though my running backs are just Kareem Hunt and then some cast off from the Seahawks who runs for Baltimore now. So that's a great situation for me. Okay, let's move on to Dom versus.
Is it just, before we move on,
Yeah.
is it just me or is running back more of a shit show than it usually is?
It has been a shit show this year.
All right. Well, so what's next? Kate and Bella, or
Sure, let's do Kate and Bella. Who you got there?
this is to be honest, this is kind of a contest of who gives a shit. Because like, no offense, Kate likely is not making the playoffs. I don't think she's what 1-7,
Yes,
and I don't actually know what Bella's
3-5.
3-5. Yeah, so it's Bella's like the bottom feeders of the league. I'll. I think Kate's gonna win this one because I don't know if Jay Ajayi really gels at all with Philly yet, or how much he's even really gonna play. So she's already kind of at a disadvantage running back wise. And
Yeah.
Will Fuller not having Deshaun Watson throwing to him, I think we immediately see the cliff face of his completely ridiculous touchdown like frenzy that he's been on.
Yeah, interesting. I'm calling it right now. This is a trap game. Bella's looking forward to next week where she plays Sam, and they're both 3-5 right now. So she's got that classic thing where it's a short week. Her team's preparing for the next team, not thinking about Kate. So I'm giving this one to Kate as well. So I think Cam versus Atlanta. I know that Cam is nursing an injury now, but I still think that Atlanta is going to struggle because they're not as good as they were last year.
Defense seems to be showing up this year.
Yeah.
Like they're played. I don't.
Well, Cam has no more Kelvin Benjamin, so maybe Devin Funchess will lead them to victory. I don't know.
Or maybe Cam runs one in or something like that, salvages an otherwise unimpressive passing day or something like that, and
Yeah.
ends up with 20 or 25.
Yeah, so I'm just going to say it again because it makes me sound smart, but trap game, I'm going Kate. Okay, let's go on to Dom versus Laura.
All right. So this one, I would have called this for Dom before the Thursday night game, and I'm gonna stick to that, despite the fact that Shady only put up 2.
Yeah.
That's a tough break for him. It may cost him because I don't know. I guess Dom's probably hoping for Jameis's shoulder injury to be nagging once more against New Orleans, so that he puts up a dud. And Alex Smith, the number 2 scoring fantasy quarterback right now, just like completely under the radar. So hopefully he comes through for Dom to make my prediction right.
Yeah, I'm still going Dom as well, and I think that has more to do with Brady and Gronk being on a bye. I don't feel great about Jameis Winston. You want to talk about a defense that's surprisingly showing up. I think New Orleans' defense is way better than people thought they were going to be. So
I think they're good, but they're mainly good at the same thing that they were good at when they won the Super Bowl, which was turnover differential and getting takeaways.
yeah.
I still think they give up a lot of yards. So if Jameis is okay, he can throw against them.
Okay, but
But
in Jameis's last 3 starts, you got out of 3 sub 5 points.
yeah, not looking good for him.
Yeah.
So we'll go Dom.
Yep. Okay, so we've got Dom there. Let's go Ed versus Justin.
It's tough to vote against Justin at this point. His team's gelling pretty well, and he's getting like clutch performances out of people. Um, I'm gonna go with him mainly because like I think he's got enough of an advantage at the number 1 running back spot, because I don't know where the hell Adrian Peterson is gonna do now that the team's without Carson Palmer.
Yeah.
But if you match up Gurley and Hyde and Breed and Brissett, that sets the tone, I think, for Justin's win this week.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm gonna go Justin there as well. I think the Jaguars defense is an amazing unit, and I think that Cincinnati's gonna give up a lot of turnovers, so I think that's gonna be points for Justin. And yeah, Breeze, Gurley. I don't know. I think that it hurts Ed that he lost Deshaun Watson. That's a hot take.
Just like how it hurts me that I jumped ship way too early on the Jacksonville defense because I drafted them and I was super hyped on them, and then they put up -1 and I was terrified.
Yeah. So I think we're both giving that one to Justin.
And we're both taking hot take shots.
Yes. Okay, and last but not least, we've got Sam versus Anthony. So Sam is sitting at 3-5. Anthony's sitting at 2-6. I'm gonna give this one to Sam. Just looking at their matchup, I think Carson Wentz is the truth, and the Denver defense is pretty good, but I still think he'll put up points. Watch out, hot take, Brock Osweiler. Can he still remember how to throw to Demaryius Thomas? Probably. So yeah, I'm gonna go to Sam on this one, but I think this is gonna be the closest matchup of the week, even with the Bills putting up a 0.
So I think even with the Bills putting up a 0, I'm gonna pick Anthony this week.
Ooh. Choo.
Because here's why. I think Alex Jones, or sorry, not Alex Jones, Aaron Jones. I don't even know. I'm thinking of Alex Collins.
Quarterbacks made my water gay.
I think the running backs for Anthony outperform expectations this week. I don't know. For some reason, I got a good feeling about Devontae Freeman.
Okay, fair enough. But can you speak to whether or not the Russian is a plant by the globalists?
I have no comment on the subject at hand.
Okay.
The only comment I have is one that I actually forgot to make when we were going over their matchup.
Yeah.
But I think one thing that Kate, and this is one of the reasons why. Did we pick Bella on that one?
We both picked Kate.
We both picked Kate? Alright, well, despite the fact that I'm picking Kate, I do have one bone to pick, which is that I think she's running into a classic problem that your success in fantasy football is inversely proportional to the number of defenses that you keep on your roster at a given time.
Yep.
Because she's currently sitting at 3, and she was doing better when she had not 3.
Holy smokes!
She has the New England, Cincinnati, and Seattle defenses all on her team, and I'm confused as to why. But I don't know if that's a question that has an answer that I'll be able to understand. So
wait, that's amazing.
Are you just figuring this out? She's had 3 defenses on her team for I think at least 2 weeks now.
The Pats are on a bye.
Yeah. But you gotta keep them. They're a weapon.
Wait, this is the most Alex Jones conspiracy yet. 3 defenses sounds like someone's got something to explain about what happened down there in South Carolina.
It's like, look, mischief.
Okay, I'm still sticking with Kate, but that's some bad juju right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't we wrap that up and move to our most beloved segment? I have no basis to say. Yeah, I have no basis to say that it's the most beloved segment, but I'm gonna just say that it is. So it's the waiver time. So Scott, I'm gonna be manning the timer here. Let me know when you're ready.
So if you could do me a solid, because I'm just on my cell phone, because I'm in the process of moving and don't really have a pen and paper with me.
Sure.
But I'm gonna need your assistance in making sure that I actually draft the right people. I think I've got it in my head that I know the numbers I need to get. So
Okay, I'll write down your team so that way that if you miss something, I'll tell you.
okay.
Give me a second here.
And I guess we kind of have to. One elephant in the room is Matt Forte's off limits, given that we both know he dropped 22.
Yes, we cannot draft Matt Forte.
We cannot draft anybody that was in the Thursday night.
Yes.
All right. I think you're doing all the legwork and you're hosting. I'll let you pick. You want to go first or second?
I'll go first.
All right, taking the number one pick.
Okay, so you'll have 2 picks after me. So for the first pick, I'm going to take Jared Goff. 10 seconds. I'm just kidding.
I'll go Jonathan Stewart
Okay.
and Eli Manning.
Jay, Stu, and Eli. Okay, I'll take Theo Riddick. And Tyler Lockett.
Give me Mohamed Sanu.
Yep.
And Randall Cobb.
Randall Cobb. Alright, I'll take Marlon Mack. And I'll take Jamison Crowder.
Chris Ivory and DeAndre Washington. One of those guys being the flex.
Okay. Chris Ivory. D-Wash. Okay. I'll take Tyler Croft for my tight end. And I'll take Damian Williams for my flex. I don't even know who that is. Just kidding, I do.
Do I still need a receiver, or do I have two? I have two, right?
You just need a tight end, a defense, and a kicker.
Okay. Let's go. Fuck it. Let's go Julius Thomas.
Julius Thomas.
And how about the Titans D?
Titans. Nice call. Okay. I'll take the San Francisco 49ers. And give me Ka'imi Fairbairn, the kicker for Houston. No, give me Blair Walsh.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. God damn it. Alright. Fuck. Mason Crosby.
Yeah, okay. Alright.
Oh, God. I think you had the exact same thought process that I just did, which was you looked down there and you were like, what offense on this do I trust? And you were going to go with fucking Houston. And I was like, why?
Yeah.
Alright, go for it. And then you just, like, forgot until the last second how many points Seattle put up last week.
Kings stay kings, man. Kings stay kings.
Fuck you. I want it so bad. I haven't wanted a kicker that bad in a long time.
Okay, so let's go ahead and read these guys off. I've got your team here if you want me to read it.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so Scott, and remember after I read your team, I'm going to need a team name from you.
Gotcha.
So your quarterback is Eli Manning. Your running backs are Jonathan Stewart and Chris Ivory. You've got Mohamed Sanu and Randall Cobb as your wide receivers. Your flex is DeAndre Washington. Your tight end is Julius Thomas. Your D is the Titans, and your kicker's Mason Crosby. So you got a team name?
I am the Don't Wave Goodbye Lone Rangers.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Okay. So I've got Jared Goff. Okay, I'm gonna say my team name because if I don't say it right now, I'm gonna forget it and I'm gonna cry. Um, Turn your head and Goff. So I've got Jared Goff, Theo Riddick, Marlon Mack. And then my wide receivers are Tyler Lockett and Jamison Crowder. My flex is Damian Williams. My tight end. No, turn your head and Croft. Oh, that's even better. Okay. So my tight end is Tyler Croft. My D is the 49ers, and my kicker's Blair Walsh. Okay, so that was. You know what? I'm just gonna say this, but what rust? 3 weeks gone, and we sounded like we were somewhat competent.
Couldn't resist to pat yourself on the back on air, huh?
Kings stay kings.
Any closing thoughts?
Just remember that Cream's still gonna send you to the latrine.
Truer words have never been spoken, at least this year.
And
All right.
I guess I'll finish by saying it's good to have you back, bud.
Oh, thank you, buddy. We'll see you all next week. Best of luck, and well, I guess my fuck you this week goes right to you, sir.
Ooh.
Because you lay in the way of a 7-2 start.
Yeah, that's fair.
And a 7-game winning streak.
Uh,
Echoes of Dom from a couple of years ago, maybe.
Was that Demarius Targaryen, Dom?
Hey, he was the top scorer that year. I'm the top scorer this year. It's just like the stars might be aligning.
A wise man once told me, never count your hens before they've laid their eggs.
A wise man once told me that if you find a penny, pick it up, and all day you'll have a penny.
That's really good advice. Alright, this is the Fantasy Fugitives signing off.